In Matthew 18, verses 23 through 35, Jesus gave a parable of a servant who owed a king money and how he responded to being forgiven of his debt. This man owed 10,000 talents. We don't know exactly what that was worth in today's valuation. Scholars can give it anywhere from between $10,000 and $1 million. If we take a talent to be $10,000, it would be $100 million. If it were $1 million, then 10,000 talents would be $10 billion. Ouch. Either way, he had more to pay back than he would ever be capable of paying. And we're not asked to figure out how he ran up such an incredible tab. We are asked to apply the parable. Now, this servant ran out and found another servant who owed him 100 denarii. That's about 100 days' wages. So it was a pretty paltry sum compared to the debt he had just been forgiven of by the king. However, we're told in verse 30 that he seized him and began to choke him, saying, "Pay back what you owe." So his fellow slave fell down and began to entreat him, saying, "Have patience with me, and I will repay you." He was unwilling, however, but went and threw him in prison until he should pay back what was owed. The hard lesson for us is that God has forgiven us so much, and we must forgive our fellow slaves. When the king hears about what had happened, he summons the slave and says, "You wicked slave, I forgave you all that debt because you entreated me. Should you not also have had mercy on your fellow slave, even as I had mercy on you?" That's in verses 32 through 33. God expects us to be forgiving. Is it hard? Sometimes. Sometimes it seems like it's impossible, but it isn't. We're either willing or not willing. And before we finish, let me address the common reply that's supposed to wipe out our obligation to forgive. But they didn't ask for forgiveness. Really? We don't know hearts like God, so while He can hold us accountable at a different level, we need to be very careful about this idea of withholding forgiveness for righteousness' sake. While it's true that we must never enable or approve evil, it's also true that we can never have true peace within ourselves when bitterness consumes us. And equally important, we never want to shut off the forgiveness of God to ourselves. The closing words or application of this parable, it's chilling. In verses 34 through 35, Jesus says, "And his Lord, moved with anger, handed him over to the torturers until he should repay all that was owed him. So shall my heavenly Father also do to you, if each of you does not forgive his brother from your heart."